Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into a children's story called Rainbow Saves the Day. We've got the story text and, interestingly, the educational points it aims to make.
Yeah, and our goal is basically to unpack it, figure out the key bits about rainbows themselves, but also, the bigger message tucked inside.
Exactly. And it starts off kind of, well, gloomy. Sunbeam Valley is having a really gray day.
No sunshine, birds looking downcast. It sets a specific mood.
Totally. And the big event, the annual color parade, is canceled because of it. You've got these characters, Ruby the Robin wanting red confetti.
Right, and Ollie the octopus, who apparently came a long way hoping for orange balloons.
And Benny the bunny was all set for bubbles, so genuine disappointment all around. It's a lack of color crisis, really.
And that setup, that real feeling of loss, it makes what happens next feel even more impactful.
For sure. Because then Rainbow shows up. Bright, colorful, even has sparkly boots on. Such a contrast.
Yeah, visually striking against the gray backdrop.
And instead of getting bummed out, Rainbow just strikes this, superhero pose and says, "This valley needs color, and I've got plenty to spare." I love that line.
It's very proactive, isn't it? Taking charge instead of just accepting the gleam. That initiative is key.
Definitely. And the way Rainbow fixes it is pretty imaginative. Goes up to the clouds, asks this cloud named Puffy McGloomster, great name, by the way, to move aside, gets a bit of a grumble back, something about a dramatic mood.
Yeah, even the clouds have feelings.
Right, and then boom, Rainbow just lets loose with all the colors. Red zips around like a rocket.
Orange twirls.
Yellow tickles the sun giggles in the story. That's just brilliant.
It really is. And then green, blue, indigo, violet sort of dance out in waves. It describes the whole spectrum coming alive.
And the effect down in the valley is instant. It just lights right up.
You get those immediate reactions from the characters.
Yeah, like, woo, and shiny, and Benny the Bunny. Poor guy misses bubbles, but he says, "That's the best bubbleless parade I've ever seen."
Which is pretty high praise. It shows the shift, doesn't it?
Okay.
From disappointment to pure joy.
Totally. Everyone starts dancing, laughing. There are streamers, kids sliding down Rainbow.
Right.
Like a giant fun slide. What a turnaround.
It really drives home how much color and light can affect mood and sort of collective spirit.
Then the mayor steps in, gives Rainbow a golden megaphone, which is quite the award,
Yeah.
and commends Rainbow for spreading joy, light, and science. I thought that last one was interesting.
Me too. Explicitly mentioning science connects the fun directly to the natural phenomenon. It's not just magic. It's, well, science being beautiful.
Exactly. Which leads us neatly into the science part the story explains. Rainbows happen when sunlight passes through water droplets.
That's the core of it. The light bends, refracts, is the technical term, as it enters and leaves the droplet.
And that bending splits the white sunlight into all its different colors.
Precisely. Because each color, each wavelength of light, bends at a slightly different angle. That's why they spread out into that familiar arc.
And always in that specific order. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet.
ROIGBV. Still the easiest way to remember it. It's a fundamental property of light and water interacting. Pretty amazing, really.
It is. But the story isn't just a science lesson, is it? There's more going on.
Oh, absolutely. It's weaving in these themes about, tackling gloomy situations with a bit of creativity.
And positivity. Rainbow's attitude is infectious.
Exactly. And teamwork, in a way, everyone joining in the celebration once the color returns. It connects the science to joy, to community spirit.
So, wrapping up our deep dive here, we've seen how rainbows are this fascinating mix of physics, light, water, refraction.
Creating something visually stunning.
And the story uses that as a springboard to talk about how a positive outlook and a bit of creative thinking can quite literally brighten things up, like Rainbow bringing color back to the valley.
It makes you think, doesn't it? How many other everyday wonders are rooted in simple science? And maybe, how can you channel a bit of that rainbow spirit? Bring some metaphorical color to a gray day in your own world, inspired by both the science and the sheer joy of it.